In this video, we will create a new workflow with FLOWSTER Studio. I want to show you how little the individual effort is and how easy even not IT specialized coworkers or employees can access these workflows. So, let's start. At first, we start the administrator. So we open a wizard via the button New, which requests basic parameters like name, category, and the version of the workflow. Since there is no given category, we are going to create one. We will find this new category later in the user portal. We give the category a name, and you can optional add a description, which later simplifies the assignment. To end the creation process, we click OK. And again optional, we add another description. This is reasonable because it can simplify the assignment for other users. As soon as we end the wizard by pressing OK, the designer opens. This is where we create the workflow along the lines of the business logic we need. The first notable thing of the designer is the large library, which already contains over 2,500 pre-made activities. This is really useful because we don't have to build every new activity, since FLOWSTER connects the backends automatically and just requests the needed data. Our workflow should be able to create a virtual machine based on a Citrix Xen server, so we navigate the file server virtualization called Citrix Xen server. Same would work for virtual machines based on vSphere or Hyper-V. We need for our example workflow 3 components. 2 components are building the frame. Connect to Xen server to build the connection and disconnect from Xen server to disconnect from the server. To create a virtual machine on a template, we add the activity VM create from template via drag and drop. As soon as the business logic stands, we fill the activity components with the desired data. FLOWSTER requests all things that are really important. I neither need skills in programming nor knowledge about the Xen server to design this workflow. To test our workflow while designing it, we have to fill the input box, the box which should be later manually executed by the initiator with default values. Those values will be adapted later to real values in the administrator surface. Same goes for changes in your infrastructure if you switch out the used backend systems. To implement that, you have to update the parameter of the workflow in the administrator surface without recreating the workflow. As soon as we arranged everything, we can test our workflow. Therefore, we click the Start button. Now we can follow the workflow in the button of the window, so we see results and eventually problem report. We did everything correctly, so we don't have any mistakes. Our workflow is ready to be given to the administration section. To accomplish that, we just have to click the Check In button. You see that our administrator is opening again. Do you remember? We started our wizard here at the beginning. We can enable our workflow here with the activation button. Before activating the workflow, you should define who can use the workflow and also adjusting the default values to realistic ones. For the purpose of demonstrating, I will not do that and directly activate the workflow. After all, we want to start our workflow. To do that, we start our web interface for our user portal. From here, every authorized person, no matter if it's the IT coworker or any other specialist department, can start workflows activated from them. To find the right workflow, we created a category called Server Virtualization, Xen Server. You should name your category according to the target audience. For IT coworkers, this name is self-explanatory. Now we can start our workflow directly. The input mask requests the template name. Same as before, you should name your input boxes accordingly to your target audience. Now we can start the workflow. We can see in our history at which time our virtual machine was created. The workflow could also send an email to the initiator so that no one has to wait for the completion in the user portal. Anyone who wants to know more about the process of the workflow can go to the administrator as well as the reporting section and check the execution log. This is surely more interesting for the IT coworker than for users of other specialist departments. This way every user has an overview of those workflows which are relevant for himself. We saw how easy it is to create a workflow with FLOWSTER, which creates a virtual machine based on a given template. Not just IT coworkers, but also users from other departments can use it without problems. You can find more information on our website, flowster-solutions.com.